Good morning, I'm Kensei and welcome to Dragontrek. Tonight or last night I spent the night at Story Spring Shelter, part of the Green Mountain National Forest. There are some bear boxes over there. The spring, or the closest water source, is like 20 yards north on the AT. The shelter is on the AT. In the Far Out app it says there's a spring right behind the shelter. That's not true. I went looking for it last night or yesterday. That's AT South. There are a couple of places to tent. Shelter itself is a little small. It says approximately 8 people. We were 4 in it last night. It is definitely smaller than the one I spent last night, or the 2 nights ago in, which was for 8 people. This is the picnic table. The grounds aren't that great. There's mud and water everywhere, and I'm trying to record with a specific angle because there are still 2 people here and I don't want to show them on camera. There is a privy. It's usable, but it's not lockable from the inside. A little over 10-mile day today. I'm almost getting up to 4,000 feet, so there will be a long uphill. Today didn't start well for me. I got started around 8 o'clock. That was later than I wanted, and my long sleeve somehow vanished in the shelter. I don't expect anyone stole it, but I don't remember seeing it. It wasn't where I put it. I could have accidentally put it into one of my compression sacks and forgotten that I did that, similar to forgetting that I put my headlamp into my electronics bag. But I don't know. I looked everywhere in the shelter. I had others look in the shelter, and yeah, for the past few days I haven't used it, which is good, but not having it and needing it would be bad. I did not unpack my entire backpack to look for it. I'll do that when I get to the next shelter. Thirdly, yesterday, I don't remember if I told you, but I almost fell. I was able to parry using my trekking poles, but I hurt my left wrist doing that. I was intending to use my final ice pack on it in shelter, but as I was unpacking in the shelter I completely forgot about it. I didn't feel any pain in the wrist in the shelter, but this morning when I started using a trekking pole in my left hand, I could feel some pain, not as much as yesterday when it happened, but more than nothing. And hopefully it won't be a problem. Hopefully I can hike on the way I normally do, but full disclosure, and now the trail is getting wet. We're back into the standard Vermont environment, wet and muddy. One more thing from yesterday. Mosquitoes like me. They've always liked me. I'm used to being bitten by mosquitoes, and as you can look in my arm, you'll probably see several mosquito bites. The other arm is much the same. But yesterday, my arm was itching so badly that I twice scratched it so vigorously that I started bleeding. That's not good. After the second time, I put some Leukotape on it, and you can see blood through it. This morning, one of the hikers gave me some cream. It's supposed to be against itching of poison ivy. We're not sure it is poison ivy, probably not. Maybe can do something. Now, which is, what, an hour, 2 hours later, it feels like it's starting to itch again. Nothing like yesterday, fortunately. The jungle of Vermont continues. We have a land survey monument. Please do not disturb. This monument was located as part of an official land survey. It helps define land ownership lines. And I'm assuming it's that thing. A bridge, for obvious reasons. We had planks leading up to it. But the plank started after the mud ended, which is less than ideal. And now we have roots and more planks and rocks, and we'll see what happens after that. The trail goes straight, and we have a water source that overlaps with the trail. It comes from here, and then it continues down the trail a little bit before it continues off to the left. And beyond that, we have more mud. First 2 hours of the day, I hiked 2.5 miles. The trail has been muddy and wet, but maybe not as muddy as wet as it would have been yesterday, because it hasn't rained at all today. And it rained yesterday, but that was early enough that we weren't out of the shelter yet. But still, this is mud. What you see is what you get. We're at a small river. This is the stairs up to the bridge. And this is the bridge. And this is the river upstream. And this is the river downstream. It seems like you could potentially camp here. Seems to be room for a couple of tents behind these trees. There's even a fire ring there, so it wouldn't be the first time people camped here. Heading up to Stratton Mountain. It says 3.4. We have heard rumors that it might be 3.6, and it's all up and up. I wish it's not as wet and muddy as we've seen earlier today, but this is Vermont, so who am I kidding? So it's rock scrambling, it's going up. I ran into some people going southbound. They said that the person I'm hiking with, that they met him 5-10 minutes before me, and since we're hiking at almost the same pace, it'd probably take me half hour to an hour to catch up to him, considering. And we're at Stratton Mountain. This is the fire tower, maximum 4 people on tower at one time. And it goes way up there. I managed to get up the first staircase, and so sort of up to the treetops of some of the trees, but didn't make it further than that. That is AT South. The that is 18 North. We have some information here on Stratton Mountain, cradle of the Appalachian and Long Trails. You can pause and read if you like. I just walked down those stairs and crossed that waterfall. Awesome. And we are continuing. A little drier now, not as much water, but there has been a lot of mud and water on trail, and there we have a lot of mud again. Let's put this away. Hi, this is Editing Can Say. Unfortunately, I forgot to shoot an ending of today's hike. So keep on checking.